And I will call the public hearing and regular business meeting of the mayor and council for the city of Snellville, Georgia to order for March 28th, 2022. I will start with the invocation by Kelly McAllen.
Okay, please bow your head. Heavenly Father, we come before you in thanksgiving for the many blessings you give to us each day. Please lift up this city council and continue to give them the guidance, wisdom, and direction they need to continue to move this city forward. Keep our police officers safe from harm and wrap your shield of armor around each officer and protect them as they protect the citizens of Snellville. Please bless all those less fortunate than us today and all those in need of healing, whether it be in body, spirit, or mind. Bless not only our city, but our country, as it is suffering from so much division. Help us all to open our hearts and show compassion to our fellow man. Help us to be better people, Lord, and to strive to bring peace and unity to our communities. And I ask that everybody say a special prayer for the people in Ukraine. In your name, amen.
Thank you, Kelly. And now please stand for the pledge, led by Jay Crowley.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And we have one item under ceremonial matters. The Greater East Side Chamber of Commerce, that's written here wrong on my cheat sheet here, is here to present an award. President Wilson.
Hello. Okay. Hello, good evening. Hi, my name is Derek Wilson. I'm the president of the Greater Eastside Chamber of Commerce. We have here our treasurer, Donnie Houston, and director of marketing, Mr. Mark Ham, as well as the Ham Group, Mark Ham, as well as Ms. Shanna Ham. And then we have several members in the audience. So this evening, we are here to present the Team Ham Mayor of the Year Award to Miss Mayor Bender, City of Snellville. Mayor Bender is very involved in the Snellville community and is currently the Secretary Treasurer of the Snellville Community Foundation, Inc., which is the organization responsible for the Snellville Veterans Memorial. She is a member of the Snellville Tourism and Trade Association and is a frequent volunteer for its many events. Mayor Bender was the president of the Gwinnett Municipal Association in 2018 through 2019 and has served on the executive board for 4 years. Under her tenure, she had seen the successful groundbreaking of Snellville's new town center, The Grove, and has been a beacon of hope and inspiration to all the residents of her great city during the pandemic. And I will turn it over to Mark Ham.
Can everybody hear me okay? Mayor Bender, I have been in Grayson for 7 years with my wife, and I am thoroughly impressed at the job you have been doing. I know you've heard that 1,000 times already, but I heard you speak over at Summit Chase as we were holding a meeting, and I listened to all the things that you were talking about doing for the city of Snellville, and you have held your word to everything that you said you were going to do, and I have much great respect for you and all the money and stuff that you make Snellville, Grayson, Loganville, they all eat because of all the things that you do. And I'm just thoroughly impressed, and I'm glad to be a resident and a homeowner in Grayson, Georgia. And with that being said, we'd like to present you with this award.
I'd like to thank the Greater East Side Chamber and Team Ham for being a sponsor of that, and very unexpected. I was surprised when I saw the notification for this, and very appreciative. Thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words. It hasn't been all of me. We have quite a team that is working in Snellville and has been working in Snellville for a very long time. A lot of council members that are on the dais now and a lot of council members before. We have an incredible city staff from the police department, from our administrative, our city manager, Butch Sanders. We would not be where we are today in all of this without all of his dedication and hard work and his know-how of how to get these things done. Our Public Works Department, our Parks and Rec Department, everybody's just really moving all in the same direction. And I think it really shows. I think the efforts and the progress that we've made in the last 5 to 6 years has been phenomenal and unprecedented, really. I don't know that there's government that can make this much progress in so short a time, but it's been a long haul, and there's been a lot of people before me and with me now that are really making all of these things possible. And but I really do appreciate your words and the recognition. Thank you. Okay, so now we'll move on to the minutes. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes of the March 14th, 2022 meetings.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion to approve the minutes. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. And now we have, under invited guests, we have Mr. D.A. Williams and Dr. Alexis Williams with South Gwinnett High School PTSA, President and Vice President, to give us an update on everything going on at South Gwinnett.
Good evening. Good evening. It is always a privilege and honor to be here with our wonderful students at South Gwinnett High School, as you all know, right in our backyard. And today, without any further ado, I have the great privilege and honor of introducing to you all the South Gwinnett High School Student Council leadership team, a portion of them, and also we have our Miss Carla Jordan, who serves as, she's awesome at the school. She serves in everything, but she officially serves as the advisor for this wonderful group of students, as well as the South Gwinnett High School PTSA student liaison. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce you to some of our comment stars. Students.
Good evening. I'm Mishazia Adams, the student body president at South Gwinnett High School.
And I'm Nargis Coco, the student body vice president at South Gwinnett.
South Gwinnett High School Student Council plays a significant role in the climate and culture of our school. South Gwinnett High School Student Council's mission is to uphold common pride, promote school spirit, and serve others to positively impact the school community. We demonstrate leadership by organizing and executing school activities, events, and service projects, as well as maintaining the voice of the student body. We not only bridge communication between the student body, school faculty, and our clubs and organizations, but also initiate connection and community stakeholders.
The Student Council hosts various activities and events annually. Some of these events include Spirit Weeks, school dances, fundraising projects, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. For this school year, Student Council successfully organized and hosted Homecoming 2021 with a themed Spirit Week, a dance, fun events, and a spirited parade featuring groups within our South Gwinnett cluster as well as Snellville community partners.
We've organized classroom visits, career panels, and class socials to reward academic performances, increasing school climate and culture, and motivate our student body to make positive and proactive choices. We try to plan meaningful experiences and, of course, all the fun things everyone loves about the high school experience. Student Council keeps all hands on deck, volunteering to serve wherever and whenever we can. Recently, we participated in the Briscoe Park Cleanup, PTSA Beautification Project, and the Rosebud Elementary Health and Wellness Fair.
We are currently promoting a beautification campaign fundraiser to raise funds to contribute to elevating the curb appeal of our school. We will continue to seek financial support from South Gwinnett stakeholders, as well as anyone who wishes to help us achieve our goal of creating a comet courtyard where our students can have a safe space to fellowship outdoors. Currently, Stuco also manages Power Hour, a tutoring service aimed at providing academic support and enrichment and promoting smart academic habits among all South Gwinnett High School students.
To be put in a position with so much responsibility can at times be overwhelming, but why we do it can be summarized into a single sentence. Student Council's purpose is to serve with pride, lead with confidence, and inspire to impact lives. I trust that the leadership skills that we're developing now will benefit us with future endeavors. We are committed to promoting student leadership and build leadership capability for every future generation of South Gwinnett Comets. Our personal goals, ever-changing, but our motivation remains constant.
The true beauty in being a part of an organization such as Student Council is that the impact of your efforts is equal in magnitude to what we as individuals get from it. We all came to the club for different reasons, some to gain volunteer hours, others just to get a little bit more involved. But in the end, we're all becoming better versions of ourselves. Capable, confident, compassionate, competent leaders. Thank you.
That is our presentation for this evening. Thank you so very much for your time.
Absolutely, thank you. As always, you've brought us some very impressive students to update us on what's going on. And Student Council will, in fact, give you a lot of leadership experience and a lot of motivation. You guys are on the right path with what you're doing. We appreciate all your efforts.
And also Nargis Coco is a member of Snellville Youth Commission.
Yay! Okay, we have no committee or department reports, so we'll move to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the agenda for the March 24th, 2022. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the publication date. For the March 28th, 2022 meeting.
Thank you. There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the agenda as it's presented. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. And now we have a public hearing. We have 2 items that are second readings. Item A, second reading SUP 22-01, consideration and recommendation on application by RCG Snellville LLC requesting a special use permit to develop and operate a kidney dialysis facility for DaVita Dialysis Center and request for variances from Section 205-1 Town Center Overlay District requirements of the Snellville Unified Development Ordinance for proposed 0.76 acre outparcel in the Snellville Oaks Shopping Center zoned BG General Business District and located in the Town Center Overlay District at 2135 East Main Street, Snellville, tax parcel 5038174. The applicant has requested a postponement of this second reading until April 11th. Is there a motion?
Motion to postpone SUP 22-01 as read by the mayor and place it on our April 11th meeting for second reading.
There is a motion to postpone. Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and a second to postpone SUP 22-01 to April 11th, 2022. All those in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. Item B, second reading LUP 22-01, consideration and recommendation on a proposed amendment to the Snellville 2040 Comprehensive Plan Future Land Use Map for the 23.61 acre parcel, tax parcel number 5100-065, and 18.04 acre parcel 5100-023 from commercial retail to Highway 78 East Activity Node. This is a city-initiated change, and it's to the future land use plan. This is not a zoning action for that property. It's strictly part of our future land use. Is there a motion?
Madam Mayor, I move that we move the second reading of LUP 22-01, consideration and recommendation on an amendment to the Snellville 2040 Comp Plan and LUP to our regularly scheduled second meeting in August. That would be August 22nd for a public hearing, second reading, public hearing.
Okay, there's a motion to move this second reading until August 22nd, 2022. Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with 0 opposed. We're postponing this until August to give us a little more time to think through some of these parcels that would be affected by some of the comprehensive plan, and just make sure, kind of revision those areas. The comprehensive plan was last updated or last written in 2010. And, you know, it's a 20-year plan, and it's been 10 years. And so some other activity has happened. So we just want to have a little time to kind of regroup and make sure of the direction that we want to go in these areas that aren't quite so developed yet. Okay, so we have nothing on the consent agenda, no old business, and one item of new business. Item A, consideration and action on approval of the 13th Amendment to the Master Development Agreement. This, the Master Development Agreement is the Master Development Agreement that we signed with our developers for the town center. And this is specifically on Phase 2, which is the property on Wisteria across from what's being constructed right now, where you see the big mounds of dirt. The only change this amendment is doing is it's changing the survey on that property. We had a change in the size of the roundabout that's going in there at Clower Street. So when we go to do Phase 2 development, we had to change the survey. So that's all this amendment is doing. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the 13th Amendment to the Master Development Agreement.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor with none opposed. So that is all of our business for this evening. So we will move into council reports, and we'll start with Councilmember Solange Destang.
Hello, everyone. Oops, can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight. I just wanted to remind you that all business owners that this Thursday, March 31st, is the last day the city's planning and zoning department will accept business licenses without penalty. Business licenses must be received by the planning and zoning department via mail or in person at City Hall, right here at our address at 2342 Oak Road in Snellville. Also, resurfacing of Highway 78 began yesterday, March 27th. This will be a 6-month resurfacing project along Highway 78. The project will begin with patching areas, then resurfacing. While lane closures will take place outside of rush hour, the traveling community should still anticipate some delays. And that is my council report, and I pray that you all get home safe, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Solange. Councilmember Warner?
Well, I would like to thank everybody for showing up tonight. We're on a roll here. We keep bringing more and more people every time we have a meeting, and I, for one, really appreciate the fact that y'all took time out of your busy schedules to come and see what we're doing here at the city. Last Thursday night, we had a training event for all of our boards and commissions, which includes mayor and council, and our city legal staff was there. And what we learned was a little more about how to properly run meetings and to do your business a little better, a little more open, a little more clear, making it easier for you to follow along. And I was very happy to see many members, not only of our boards and commissions, but also some from the public that showed up to get a little taste of how we should be running meetings. And I, for one, learned plenty, even though I've been involved for 20 years in, yeah. And the greatest thing I learned was the fact that any item that we discuss up here, I can talk 10 full minutes on, and they can't stop me. And then if any one of them talks about something, I get 10 more minutes. So with that, I'll cut it short and say, again, thank you for coming out. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, Todd. Councilmember Linsky.
Hi, good evening. I'd like to take a moment to recognize an outstanding educator, Ms. Carla Jordan. Could you please stand? She is the backbone of our new culture at South Gwinnett. What she has been able to bring in terms of leadership and student engagement is just amazing. So thank you, Ms. Jordan. And she's also very quiet, so she really is the kind of individual that you never will see her step up and take credit for anything. It's always about the students, and that is very, very much noticed by all of us up here. Thank you. April 23rd, I also want to mention this, Snellville Youth Commission has invited a dynamic motivational speaker to meet with the students. His name is Joseph Washington, and he is the author of a book called Breaking the Spirit of Average. So we hope that he's going to have a profoundly positive effect on our students, move them further along in their leadership skills. Spring break is next week, so that means traffic around Snellville should be a little bit lighter, and traffic towards Florida probably not so much. So we're looking forward to that, and thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you, Christy. Councilmember Schultz.
Yes, I want to show a photo of our community garden greenhouse team, if Erica has that. We're so proud of this group. They work, so they spend hours and hours in the greenhouse cultivating vegetable, flower, and herb plants. They're there almost every day working on their plants. They had their first plant sale at the last farmer's market, and they sold a lot of cooler season vegetables such as lettuce, broccoli, Swiss chard, I think bok choy, herbs, and they raised $800 that day. They will be coming to the next 3 farmers markets, and as the weather gets warmer, they'll have warmer weather things like tomatoes that everybody gets excited about, peppers, cucumbers, flowers. As I think I've told you before, that these plant sales are the main moneymaker for the community garden. But these folks here in this photo are the absolute backbone of our garden, and they spend hours and hours there. In addition to the plant sales at the farmers market, one of them will be at the greenhouse Monday through Friday from 10 to 12 through April, and for anybody that wants to stop by and pick up plants. These plants are priced at only $2. It's normally a 4-pack of plants, and they've just been lovingly nurtured all winter long, so you're getting a really good quality plants for a very reasonable price. So I hope you'll think about purchasing your plants from them. And then the next picture I wanted to show, this is kind of a special thing to me. I think I'm the only one on the council that ventures sometimes into what we call the Active Adult Center, formerly known as the Senior Center. Nobody else will admit that they're old enough to walk in the door, and I have to admit it took me a while. But I go to a knitting and crochet group there that I just love. I have learned so much there, and it's become a hobby that I spend hours at. But I took this photo last Tuesday. I just thought it was so special. It was a digital learning day for the schools, and this young girl, I think she said she was 10 years old. She came because she wanted to learn how to crochet, and this older lady there, we all refer to her as Miss Mary. She's a delightful lady. She was so patient in teaching this young girl, and I just really loved the intergenerational teaching that was going on that day. There's so much to be offered at the Senior Center. I'm trying to convince myself that I need to get back to aerobics there, but I haven't quite made it yet. But anyway, there's a lot going on there, and I mean, our group, I just love going to this group and learning from them. They help me fix my mistakes I make and get me back on track. And so I wanted to share that photo with you because I thought it was very special to have this 10-year-old girl come to learn. Yeah, and these ladies, they have been knitting and crocheting for decades. Like the one lady there that has been my primary mentor, she's older than I am. She's in her late 70s. She has been knitting since she was 8 years old. So there's not much that she doesn't know how to do. And if it hadn't been for her, I would have probably given up. She's taught me so much. So there's a lot of fun things going on there that I just wanted to show you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Gretchen. Mayor Pro Tem Emanuel.
Thank you. Thank you everybody for attending tonight. And I want to especially thank DA and Alexis Williams for continually bringing us a glimpse of what goes on inside South Gwinnett High School. And I think it's very important for us to see some of the students and how they're coming along and what some of the teachers are doing to make a difference. And I just want to remind everybody that Dr. Williams is running for school board, and that election is May 24th. So if you haven't picked a candidate yet, I'd advise you to take a look at her record and speak to her. I think she brings to the school board what we need. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. And now in my mayor's report, just one reminder, the Gwinnett Clean and Beautiful has put out information. They're going to recognize Earth Day on April 23rd. It's a Saturday from 9 until noon. At Coolray Field, they're going to be taking in paper. You can shred up to 5 full of paper documents. They'll take electronics, computer monitors or TVs, printers. There is some cash. There is a cash payment for those. Tires, you could take up to 8 tires. Paint, up to 10 gallons of paint. And clothing and sneakers are going to be, it'll be a drive-in, drop-off at Coolray Field. If you're on Facebook, or I'm sure they're on Instagram and Twitter as well, under Gwinnett Clean and Beautiful, they put out quite a bit of information on where you can take different recyclables, or when they're doing those hard to dispose of items like tires and paint and some hazardous materials and things. They often do drives, usually up to twice a year, where you can take these items, most of the time for free. Normally, to get rid of tires, you have to take them to a tire place, and it costs you $3 per tire. So I would encourage you to subscribe on their Facebook page so that you can keep up with the information. And with that, I will close my mayor's report, and I will open the floor to public comment. I did have one person on the list, if Shahara Ruth is here, if you'd like to come forward. And if you'll just state your name and address for the record, please.
Okay, thank you. My name is Shahara Ruth, and I live at 2683 Newton's Crest Circle. I'm very excited to be here today. I would like to, I've sent everyone a proposal regarding the Sister City project. And I found out about Sister City when I was a little girl. It was introduced by President Eisenhower in 1956. And it's actually 1 year older than I am. I don't care about saying how old I am. And since I grew up with it, it became one of my passions. And the reason I came to Snellville today to talk about it, I've always loved Snellville. And when I first moved to Georgia, I lived in Stone Mountain. But I shopped primarily in Snellville. So it only made sense for me to move where I shop. So I moved here in 2017. Around that time, I was going through chemotherapy and cancer, and it was my passion was to find out where I was from in Africa. Well, doing DNA research, I wanted to find my family, and my family actually found me. And I found out that I'm actually part of the royal family of the Kingdom of Toro. And so once I found out about all this good information about how much resources they have, all the colleges and universities they have, I went to my cousin, Queen Best, and I said, would you like to be a sister city to Snellville? It's a great place. And she was all for it. And so she asked that I would present myself to you to propose that Fort Portal and the Kingdom of Toro become a sister city for Snellville. And that's basically all I have. If you have any questions for me, I would be glad to answer them.
Does anybody on council have any questions?
Can you tell me a little bit more about where the kingdom of, is it Toro?
Toro Kingdom.
Toro, where it is?
It's in Uganda. And it has a lot of safari opportunities. They're really interested in doing economics as well as tourism and education. It's one of the oldest places on the planet Earth as far as civilization. And a lot of the humans came from the genes of those particular people. And I think it would be very interesting for us to have a partnership with them so we can find, we can educate and have opportunities for the students in the county, or well, in the city as well, to do letter writing campaigns and get to know another place besides where we are, because we're a very culturally diverse city, and I think that would be very advantageous for us on multiple levels.
Well, thank you, Ms. Ruth, for bringing that presentation to us, and we'll talk about that, and then we'll let you know.
All right, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
This is almost.
Anyone else like to speak? We have, you're welcome to come up and speak on one topic and for 5 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Sharon Stevenson, and I reside in the Newton's Crest subdivision. My address is 2826 Tyler Dewayne Court. And my question for the council and the chairperson today is, in my community, the back entrance, Ashleywood Court, has the protected creek. So only one side of the street has homes on there. However, we're missing a light in the middle of that street. So when you come in the back entrance through High Point Road, there's a light at the beginning of the subdivision, the back entrance, and then there's one maybe 10 homes into the community. And so between that space, there is just darkness. And that's a security issue. We've had several of the homeowners have come to the board, I'm the president of the HOA board, I'm sorry to say that, to ask what can we do to get another light in the community. I've engaged my management company in that effort, and they've shared that Walton EMC said that it has to go through the county. I'm not sure if that's the correct protocol, because we are the city of Snellville, we're the gateway to the city of Snellville, and then right behind us is High Point, which is unincorporated.
Right.
So I'm not sure where we should start, so I'm just looking for some guidance on that so we can get this taken care of.
We can talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Matt has taken that down.
Okay.
So if, after the meeting, if you could come up and just give us your phone number.
Sure.
And then we can get back in touch with you.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your hand. That is 6 in favor, none opposed. We are done. Thank you all for coming out tonight.